Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1969 World Series is on the air. Once again, we are back here at Candlestick Park. This is Game 4 of the World Series between the Baltimore Orioles and the San Francisco Giants. So far, every one of these three games has been a one-run affair. The Orioles lead this series 2-1. Orioles taking a commanding 3-1 lead tonight and a chance to eliminate and win it all tomorrow night. Giants, a win tonight, guarantee a trip back to Memorial Stadium for a Game 6. So how will it go tonight? We've had three exciting baseball games already between these two teams. They seem to be evenly matched, actually. And but so far, but inside, and that's at least that's how Inside Pitch has said it's gone. But right now, we got a very big Game 4 in this World Series. Jeremy Brooks is first to join us here at Candlestick Park. Once again, not an empty seat anywhere here on the side of the bay, and everyone is set and ready to go. Tonight, it's a rematch of the Game 1 pitchers, and you really can't ask for a better Hall of Fame matchup than we got tonight. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, their number one starter, one of the greatest of all time, Juan Marichal. He has a record of 4 wins and no losses. He hasn't lost a game yet in the postseason. And we will see what happens tonight as Marichal will get in there. Thomas Lynn joins us here at Candlestick Park. And by the way, Tom, the comments you leave on my videos, excellent work. I do like what you're telling me. And it's okay to correct me on some things. I'm not perfect. But thanks a lot there, Tom. It is good to have you here. Marichal gets on the mound, and he's betting on the O's, he says. Well, let's see what happens tonight as we go to Game 4 of this World Series. We are at Candlestick Park, neutral park, but favors hitters, 138 home runs, and adds 3 to walks. I guess we should get right to it, shouldn't we? Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Orioles is the left fielder, Don Buford. He is batting .420 for the postseason. He is an MVP candidate. Ben Witz joins us here at Candlestick Park. We're going to use black, white, and orange dice. Giants are the home team. Oh, it's pronounced line. Thank you, my good man. There you go. Line. Okay. Thank you very much, my good man. Excellent. So Marichal will go ahead and pitch to Buford. Let's see how Game 4 of this World Series goes. The first 3 games have been exciting. Will this one be any different? Marichal, 4-3. It's a blank. Buford, 4-3. And he lines it right back to the pitcher. And Marichal puts up his glove, pop, and goes right into it. 1 out. And that will bring up the center fielder, Paul Blair, batting .316 with 3 bombs in the postseason. Marichal will deal. 4-3. That's a blank. Blair, 4-3. That's a ground ball to third. That'll be taken care of there by Jim Davenport, and he'll toss it over for the second out. 2 men out, and now the right fielder, one of the greatest of all time, Frank Robinson. He is batting .273 for the playoffs. He does have 3 home runs. Marichal, 5-6, strikeout 12. That's going to be high. Robinson, 2-1, and that's grounded to second base. And that's going to be Ron Hunt getting to that. He'll take his time and toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the O's. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles, their number one starter, and yes, one of the greatest of all time, gentleman Jim Palmer. He has a record of 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no decision. The loss came against Marichal in Game 1 of this series. Bottom of the first. Leading off for the Giants, the right fielder, Bobby Bonds, batting .289 for the playoffs, and he does have 3 bombs. Palmer, 2-5, walk, and that's ball 4. He will walk Bonds. So Palmer gives up a leadoff walk. First walk issued by Palmer. Palmer had 63 of them in 69. And now the second baseman, Ron Hunt. He is batting .334 for the playoffs. He's batting above his average. Bonds on at first, and he will... Hunt does get the hit and run, actually. The hit and run is, and that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea because Bonds is a 5, and with Hunt as a 5 as well, you add 3. That was a 7. Hit and run's not a bad idea because Hunt's really not a power hitter. Hit and run is on. Palmer, 5-5 against a righty, though. Strikeout +10. And that's going to be a strikeout on Hunt. Bonds' stolen base ratings at 18. -2 is a 16. Hendricks -1 is a 15. And since it's a failed hit and run, it's another -2. Bonds on his way to second. A 1-13. He is out. He is safe. He is safe. So the hit and run fails, but Bobby Bonds will steal second base anyway. Stolen base for Bonds, and that's the first strikeout for Palmer. 1 out. Dwayne Cameron joins us here at Candlestick Park. And now the center fielder, the greatest overall player in baseball history. Center fielder Willie Mays. He is .279 for the playoffs. He has 3 bombs. Oh, yes, by the way, rest in peace to Fernando Valenzuela. Passed away at 63 yesterday. That's way too young for me. Way too young. I don't know. Was Fernando Valenzuela maybe the first media darling? I mean, you had Fernando Mania. I mean, was he really the first media darling? You know, the one where the media kind of hyped up, the first guy to really hype up, the media to hype up at that time? Like what they do with Shohei Ohtani now here, you know, and that kind of stuff. Was he really the first one they really ever hyped up? I know Reggie Jackson had a candy bar named after him, but still, I don't know. I think he was maybe the first media darling. Maybe, I could be wrong. Strategy roll. And nothing happening with Bonds. He'll stay at second base. Palmer will pitch. Palmer, 6-4. Error on a grounder. Mays, 2-2. That's going to be a fly ball to center. And getting up there is going to be Blair. He will make the catch for out number 2. Bonds, a base runner hit a 5. Hit the center -1. Blair -2. A 1-2. Bonds will still take third. He won't. He'll stay at second base. 2 away, and now that brings up the first baseman, Hall of Famer, stretch, Willie McCovey. He's batting .303 for the postseason, and he's got 2 home runs. Strategy roll, Bonds will stay put. Palmer, 6-2, range play at the park. Candlestick Park, 1-1. That's a single plus to left field. Going after that is Don Buford. His range is a 4. He's got it, and the inning is over. Fly out to left. Nothing across except a walk and a stolen base. And nothing going on here after first. Great play by Don Buford in left field, and that did save a run. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Top of the second. Leading off for the Orioles is the first baseman, Boog Powell. Powell batting .255, and he has 4 bombs. Marichal, 6-2, error on a throw. Powell, 4-2. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. And the Say Hey Kid is going to make the catch. 1 out. Next up is the vacuum cleaner, Hall of Famer third baseman Brooks Robinson. He is batting .278 for the playoffs. Doesn't have any home runs, though. Marichal, 6-1 against the righty. It's a blank. Robinson, 5-1, and that's grounded to short. Taken care of there by Hal Lanier, and he will throw it over 2 away. And now the second And now the second baseman, Davey Johnson, future World Series championship manager. He's batting 208 for the playoffs. Gary Rotke joins us here at Candlestick Park. Marichal, 1-6, strikeout 7. That will be too high. Johnson, 3-5, and Johnson smacks one to the center field, and that's going to be a double. So Johnson gets a 2-out double to center to keep the inning going. And now here's the shortstop, Mark Belanger, batting 346 for the playoffs. Johnson on that second. He'll stay there. Marichal, 1-2, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will end the inning. First strikeout from Marichal, no runs and a hit, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. As far as for Valenzuela's statistics, I have no problem putting Fernando Valenzuela in the Hall of the Very Good. He definitely belongs in there. I can't put him in the Hall of Fame. Too close between wins and losses. But Hall of the Very Good, no problem putting him there. Leading off for the Giants, the third baseman, Jim Davenport. He is batting 154 for the playoffs. Palmer, 3-1 against a righty, strikeout plus 10. The ball goes high. Davenport golfs at it, swing and a miss, struck him out. Second K for Palmer. He had 123 of them in 69. David Vega joins us here at Candlestick Park. That'll bring up the left fielder, Ken Henderson, batting 257 with a couple of bombs in the playoffs. Palmer, 3-5, home run chance. A switch left is a 1-4. The 17 is high. Henderson, 3-5, and instead he hits a deep fly ball to right field. But Frank Robinson's going to have plenty of room, and he'll have plenty of ball, and that's out number 2. I actually got to quiet my voice a little bit. I actually yelled a little too loud last night. Next batter is the catcher, Dick Dietz. Dietz has been really interesting, batting 217 for the playoffs, but he's got 4 home runs. Palmer with the pitch. Palmer, 6-3, strikeout, no. Dietz, 6-4, and he hits one to right. That's a 3. That's going to be a single. So Dietz continues to hit well for the Giants, and that'll be a 2-out single for Dietz. And now the shortstop, Hal Lanier, future manager. Lanier batting 225 for the playoffs. Dietz not a threat to do anything, and he won't dare. Palmer, 4-5, hit by pitch, no. Lanier, 5-3, and he hits one to center field. That's a 19, but that's going to be way too high. Center fielder Paul Blair is going to get an easy play on it. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Giants. No score after 2. The score of the first game between these two pitchers was 2-1 in favor of the Giants. Last night we had a 10-9 game, and we're already in the third inning, and nobody's gotten anything yet. Joel Turney joins us here at Candlestick Park. Thank you very much there, Joel. 69 was a very good year. Had a lot of fun with it. Can't wait to see what the next one is. Matter of fact, I can't wait to see what all the other seasons will be doing in the future. Trust me, I'm not stopping anytime soon. Top of the third, leading off for the Orioles will be the catcher, Ellie Hendricks. He is batting 220 with a bomb in the postseason. Fernando had some great years. Oh, absolutely there, Mr. Very, very true there, Thomas. 100% what you said there. Marichal, 6-3, possible error. Hendricks, 2-5. That is going to be either an infield single or an error. That's hit to second base. And Ron Hunt, his error rating is a 5. That's a 19. And it's going to be an infield single. He has no play at first. So Hendricks has an infield single on that. And that will bring up the pitcher, Jim Palmer. Not a bad hitter. 203 average and 6 RBIs in 69. The question is, do you want to have him bunt? Not really a great bunter, though. Let's see. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 7. Hendricks will stay put. Palmer, not a bad hitter, though. He can hit the ball, and they're going to let him swing. Marichal, 2-4 against a righty. It's a blank. Palmer, 1-1, and that's a line drive right to the pitcher. Marichal catches it. Hendricks gets back to first, but he's going to be picked off as well. 2 outs. That is an L1-3 double play as Palmer lines it right back to Marichal, and he tosses it over McCovey as Hendricks was way off the bag, and that is a double play. 2 down. Next batter is Buford. Buford is 0 for 1. Now 2 outs here in the top of the third. Marichal, 4-5. Pitcher result, 15 is high. Buford, 5-5 and against a righty. That's grounded to second base. That's grounded to second. And getting over there is going to be Hunt. Hunt will make the play and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Orioles. And we go to the bottom of the third. Timeout for 1 quick second here. Timeout for 1 quick second. Little sticky substance on the board. On my board here, I really didn't want the cards to get touched with that. And they didn't, so they're good. Okay. I take care of my stuff, guys. We go to the bottom of the third. And leading off for the Giants will be the pitcher, Juan Marichal, a 138 average and 3 RBIs in 69. No score, bottom of the third inning. Palmer, 2-6, strikeout, 18's going to miss. Marichal, 3-4, and he hits one to center field, but Blair is going to come under it, and he'll make the play for the out. 1 down, here's Bonds. Bonds walked his first time up and stole a base. Palmer, 1-5, range play. Bonds, 3-2, ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Mark Belanger. His range is a 3, and he's got it. Nice play by Belanger. He's up with it, throws to first to get Bonds. And there are 2 outs. And now here's Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 1. Palmer, 6-1, strikeout, no. Hunt, 3-6, that's grounded to first, and Boog Powell will get to that with no problem, and he'll take it to the bag himself and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Giants. Still no score after 3. Did we really expect anything less early in the game with 2 pitchers such as Palmer and Marichal? I really don't think so. We go to the top of the fourth, and it will be Paul Blair leading off for B-More, and he's 0 for 1. Orioles lead the series 2-1. Orioles trying to take a commanding 3-1 lead and a chance to win it tomorrow night. A giant win. We're definitely going back to Memorial Stadium for a 6th game. Marichal, 5-4, error on a grounder. Blair, 2-3. That's a line drive right to third. That's gloved by the vacuum, by Davenport, and that's out number 1. Next up is Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 1. Marichal, 5-5. That's a blank. Robinson, 1-6. Base hit. Hits that one past the shortstop, and Robinson's on base. That's his first hit. And now the batter is Powell. Powell is 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Robinson is staying put. And Powell does get the hit and run call, but he says, what are you talking about? I'm swinging for the fences. Marichal, 3-2, walk. 17 is going to miss. Powell, 1-4, and that is a fly to right. Coming in is Bonds, and Bonds will get to it for out number 2. And now the vacuum cleaner, he's 0 for 1. Frank Robinson, and he stays at first base. Marichal will pitch. Marichal, 6-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Brooks, 2-2, and that's ground ball to second base. Up with it is Hunt, and he's going to throw to first to get Brooks Robinson, and that retires a side. No runs and a hit for the Orioles, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Already much different ball game compared to last night. Say hey, Willie Mays leads off for the Giants. He's 0 for 1. Palmer will deal. 3-2 against a righty, blank. Mays, 1-3, hits one to center. But that's going to be Paul Blair getting to that, and he'll put it away. Next batter is McCovey. McCovey's 0 for 1. Palmer, 3-6, strikeout 6, cold strike 3 on McCovey. Oh, McCovey probably should have swung at that one. That's the third K for Palmer. That was pretty much right at the knees for out number 2. Next up is Davenport. Davenport is 0 for 2. Palmer will deal. 6-3, strikeout 20, no. Davenport, 6-5, and against a righty, that's a ground ball to short. Belanger will go ahead and get that one, throw it over, and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Giants. 4 innings of play, we still have nobody on the board. Another pitcher's duel between Jim Palmer and Juan Marichal. Did anybody expect anything different? Philip Reynolds joins us here at Candlestick Park. Top of the 5th inning, and it will be Davy Johnson leading off for the O's. He got a double his first time up. Marichal, 2-2 against a righty. It's a blank. Johnson, 3-3, and he grounds it to short. Easy play for Lanier, and over to first it goes. Next batter is Belanger. He's 0 for 1. Marichal, he will pitch. 3-4, range play. Belanger, 6-2, fly ball, right field. Going after that is Bobby Bonds. His range is a 3, and he's got it. 2 outs. Nice play by Bonds. As Belanger thought he probably had a hit, but Bobby Bonds will take it away. 2 away. I like the Dodgers, Phil. And that will bring up Hendricks. Hendricks got a single his first time up. Marichal, 1-6, strikeout, no. Hendricks, 4-2. That's a ground ball to second base. Ron Hunt will get to that one, toss it over, and retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Definitely the pitcher's duel I expected between 2 of the greatest of all time. Ken Henderson leads off for the G-Men. He's 0 for 1. Palmer's only allowed 1 hit so far. Palmer, 5-3. That's a walk plus 10, and that will walk Henderson. So Palmer gives up his second walk of the game. And now the batter is Dietz. Dietz got a single his first time up. Infield is set for double play. Henderson had 6 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Palmer, 6-5. Against a righty, it's an automatic out. And that's a fly out to center field. And that will be Paul Blair coming up under it. And he'll make the play. Next batter is Lanier. Lanier is 0 for 1. Henderson again. And this time he does get the steal sign, but I'm not going to send him. I don't think you take a chance here. I think the way this game, well, that might not be a bad idea, though, but 12 minus 2 is 10. Hendricks minus 1. It would be a 9 for Henderson to try to steal second. No. Palmer, 1-3. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. And that will be Blair again making the play. And that's out number 2. What a difference a day makes. Here comes Marichal. Marichal is 0 for 1. Henderson on it first. He'll stay. Palmer, 6-5. And against the righty, that's an automatic out. And that is a fly to right. And Frank Robinson will get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. Is somebody going to score here? Nothing happening here after 5. Palmer and Marichal. Yeah, this is the kind of game you expect to get. Top of the 6th. I mean, you got a combined ERA of these two pitchers of 2.4. 4.4 is the combined ERA of these two. Leading off for the Orioles will be Jim Palmer, and he lined out into a double play his first time up. Marichal, 5-1 against the righty. No. Palmer, 5-4, and that is flied to left field. And Henderson will come under it and make the play. Next up is Buford, top of the order. Buford's 0 for 2. Marichal has only allowed 3 hits. Marichal, 2-6 against the switch left. That's a blank. Buford, 3-3, and that is also flied to left field. And once again, Ken Henderson will make the catch. 2 outs now for Blair. Blair is 0 for 2. Marichal will deal. Marichal, 2-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Blair, 4-2, and that is also flied to left field. And Henderson's going to make all 3 outs. He'll get to this one and put it away. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles. Bottom of the 6th coming up, rapidly moving ball game. But you usually get one when you have a pitcher's duel. Phil, if you want to check to see who's winning the poll, just, always click on the community tab of my channel. All right, and just click on the community tab. You'll see who's winning the poll. But right now, 1990 does have the lead. Bottom of the 6th and top of the order for the G-men. Here's Bobby Bonds, and he walked his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Palmer, 6-1, strikeout 12, swing and a miss, struck him out. That is the 4th K for Palmer, 1 away. Next batter is Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 2. Palmer, 3-5. Home run chance, but the 12 is high. Hunt, 5-1, and he hits one deep to left field. Don Buford going back to the track, but he'll have a lot of room, and he'll make the catch, 2 away. And now the say, hey, kid, Mays is 0 for 2. Palmer will deal. Palmer, 6-1, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that will retire the side. 5th K for Palmer. And 1, 2, 3 go the Giants. Who's going to break through first? No score after 6. Last night we had a 10-9 game. Very possible tonight we may have a 1-0 game. XSG2 joins us here at Candlestick Park. You voted for 1990s as long as you don't play any Yankees games. I'm sorry, the Yankees, you're going to see a few of those, I'm sure. Top of the 7th, and Frank Robinson leads off. He's 1 for 2. He's got a single. Marichal will pitch. Marichal, 4-6, strikeout, 16 no. Robinson, 4-1, and he grounds it to short. Taken care of there by Lanier, and Lanier throws it over, 1 out. Here's Powell. Powell is 0 for 2. You kind of think that someone's going to have to hit a home run to win the game. Marichal, 6-3, possible error. Powell, 1-3, and he hits one, a double into center field. Now that's a double to center. Center fielder is Mays. His error rating is a 6. That's a 12. He'll not make an error. He'll get the ball in, but the Orioles have the go-ahead run at second base. So we'll get a big run at second base for the O's. And here comes Robinson. No, they sucked in 1990. I know that. That's why I know they sucked in 1990. That's why I want to play the Yankees a few times. Powell on at second. Robinson, the batter now, is 0 for 2. Cutter Historical joins us here at Candlestick Park. Well, when you got a pitching matchup between Palmer and Marichal, do you really expect much of anything else? Strategy roll. That's a 20. Marichal turns around, fires to get Powell. No, Powell will get back. Marichal very good with pickoffs, but he will now pitch to Robinson. Marichal, 5-6, strikeout, 10 is high. Robinson, 2-6, and it's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled by Davenport. The throw goes to first. Powell will stay at second base. So Powell stays at second. And now the batter is Johnson. Johnson 1 for 2. He got a double his first time up. A big run for the Orioles at second base. Marichal sets up. Strategy. Nothing on the 19. Marichal deals. 4-5. That's a pitcher result. The 13 is high. Johnson. A 1-1, and he popped it up. Pop fly ball to short. Lanier says, get out of the way, I got it. And he does, and retires aside. No runs and a hit for the Orioles. And we are 31 minutes into the stream, and we're already at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, you still have time yet to vote for the next season of Inside Pitch starting January 6, 2025. 1958, 1983, 1990, and 2011 are your choices. Make sure you place your vote. The winner gets the most dice between the other 3 seasons. And on the season review and reveal show, we will find out which season will win. Remember, I don't care what season I play. But I've decided to let the dice decide what we got, but you guys still make the votes to decide who gets the most. So remember, you still have until the review show to make your vote. Bottom of the 7th here, no score. We had a 10-9 ball game last night. Tonight, we have a no-score game going on the bottom of the 7th. Orioles lead the World Series 2-1. Willie McCovey leads off for the Giants. McCovey is 0 for 2. Palmer, 3-3, strikeout 9. That's going to miss. McCovey, 2-5, and he grounds it to first. That'll be handled by Powell, and Powell will step on the bag, 1 out. Next up is Davenport. Davenport is 0 for 2. Palmer, 4-5, hit by pitch. No, the 1 is low. Davenport is a 0, and Palmer's a -8. Davenport, 2-6, and he hits a line drive to third, but Brooks Robinson puts up the glove, pop, and goes right in. 2 outs. And now here's Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 1 with a walk. Palmer, a 3-4, possible error. Henderson, 4-4, and that's hit to second base. That's a hit to second base. Davy Johnson's error rating is a 5. That's a 10. It's going to be an infield single. So Henderson will reach base instead on a possible error. So now an error on an S1 to S6 is now considered an error on a throw. So now Henderson reaches base on a hit. And now the batter is Dietz. Dietz is 1 for 2. He has a single. Henderson, strategy roll. He will stay where he is. Palmer looking in on Dietz. Palmer knows he's got to be careful with him. Dietz he's got 4 bombs in this postseason. Palmer, 4-2, walk, and he'll walk him instead. Ball 4. And now the Giants have the go-ahead run at second base. That is the third walk given up by Palmer. And the next batter is Lanier. Lanier is 0 for 2. Strategy, nothing on the 15. Discord Weather Center joins us here. And Doug Hunt at Candlestick Park. Palmer will go ahead and he will pitch. Palmer, 4-5, hit by pitch. No. Lanier, 4-4, and it's a fly ball to center field. And Paul Blair is going to get to that. He'll make the play and retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. No score after 7. A 10-9 ball game last night with the pitchers of Mike McCormick and Dave McNally. And now tonight with 2 pitchers of Jim Palmer and Juan Marichal. And now you got a no score through 8. Who says inside pitch is inaccurate? Leading off for the Orioles will be Mark Belanger, and he's 0 for 2. And yes, we talked about Fernando Valenzuela. Dead at 63. That's ridiculous. Way too young. But I heard he was a smoker, though, right? He was a heavy smoker and a drinker. Marichal, 6-2. Error on a throw. Belanger, 5-3. Against a righty. Belanger hits one into center field, and that's going to be a double. Center fielder is Willie Mays. His error rating is a 6. That's a 4, and he's going to throw it wide into the infield. He's going to throw it wide of the infield, and Belanger's going to take third. At least I don't think I have to roll the ABR on that, but let me check. It's an error on a throw. It's a double. If there are runners to advance, check for throwing error. If bases are empty before a hit, or there would be no run advancement, check roll for throwing error when throwing the ball back in the infield for a 1-base error. Yep, that's an error on the version 4 rules. Belanger will take third. Wow, a double and an E8. So that's an error on Willie Mays, as Belanger goaded Mays to throw it in, and Belanger took third, and the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. First error on the Giants. That is a big error. And now the batter is Hendricks, and the Giants must play the infield in. Hendricks is 1 for 2. Marichal looking in. Belanger on at third. A very big error by the Say Hey kid. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 15. Marichal deals. 5-1 against the lefty. It's an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Ooh, do I want to send Belanger? Because Palmer's the next batter. No, they're going to let, and I think the question is, do I take Palmer out? Ooh, close. I don't know. Do we send Belanger? He would score on a 1, 2, or 6. The throw will come to the plate if I send him. There is only nobody out here in the top of the eighth. Vega says run. Ben Witt says no. DWC says do it. Belanger coming in. He will come in. It's a ground ball to short. Belanger will score on a 1 or 2. If it's a 6, the only play was to first. He scores! Orioles take the lead. Stadium groans. Belanger will score. Hendricks will take first on the fielder's choice. It's 1-0 Orioles. So it's a fielder's choice, but Ellie Hendricks will come up with an RBI, and the Orioles take the lead. Now the batter is Palmer, and Palmer still got plenty. Well, he's got 4 batters left in the tank. Palmer, I think, is probably going to lay down the bunt. So they're going to probably call the bunt. The infield is going to, the corners will be in. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 19. But Palmer is going to call for the bunt. Marichal, 4-4, strikeout, and he'll strike out trying to bunt, 1 away. So that will be a K, and that is only the second strikeout for Juan Marichal. He had 205 of them in 69. So Palmer tried to bunt it, but he'll foul it away, and he'll strike out trying to bunt. But now there's 1 out. Now the batter is Buford. Orioles a 1-0 lead. Buford's 0 for 3. Hendricks really not a threat to do anything, and he won't. Marichal, 5-4, error on a grounder. Buford, 5-6. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. The ball is hit to Ron Hunt. His error rating is a 5. That's a 15. No error. 1-0-1. Shortstop pivot. Lanier a 0. The only way they turn a double play is on a 1. No. Hendricks thrown out at second, and Buford will reach first on that fielder's choice, and that's 2 outs. So fielder's choice for Buford. And now the batter is Blair. Blair is 0 for 3. 2 outs here, 1-0 Orioles, as they had to scrape that run in. Buford, 19 stolen bases, and he gets the steal sign, but he's not going anywhere. Blair has got good home run power. Marichal, 6-3, possible error. Blair, 2-1. That's going to be a base hit to left field. Left fielder is Henderson. His error rating is a 7. That's a 15. So there's not going to be an error. So normal runner advancement. Base runner with 2 outs, base runner 5, hit the left -4 because of a very good arm by Henderson. Buford can only take third on a 1. He'll hold. Buford will take second base and be happy with it. So now a single by Blair keeps the inning going, and now here comes the dangerous Frank Robinson. Robinson is 1 for 3. Fans here at Candlestick Park hoping Marichal can get Robinson out. 2 outs, 1-0 Orioles. Orioles lead the series 2-1. Buford at second, Blair at first. Strategy. Nothing on the 10. Marichal will go ahead and deal with Robinson. Marichal, 5-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Robinson, 5-2, and it's a fly ball to left. Ken Henderson will get to that one. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 huge error. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 8th. Jim Palmer will stay on the mound. Juan Marichal, the leadoff batter, he's coming out. He has done what he had to do. So he will leave, and he's going to leave with the L, at least for now. And Tito Fuentes will lead off for the Giants. Tito Fuentes, a 295 average, a homer and 14 RBIs in 69. And he will go up against Palmer here in the bottom of the eighth. 1-0 Orioles. Palmer, 5-4 against the switch left. That's a blank. Fuentes, 2-3. And he hits one to center field, but Blair's going to get to that. And he will make the catch. 1 out. Next batter is Bonds. Bonds is 0 for 2 with a walk. Palmer, he'll pitch. Palmer, 6-3, strikeout 6, swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the 6th K for Palmer. 2 down. Palmer right now pitching pretty much the game of his life. Here comes Hunt, Doug Hunt's cousin. And on his mother's, brother's, sister's, father's, former cousin's roommate side. Hunt is 0 for 3. Palmer is going to go ahead and pitch. Palmer, 3-2 against the righty. It's a blank. Hunt, 4-6, and it's a base hit. Hunt gets a single to right to keep the inning going. And that is a big single because here comes the Say Hey Kid. Willie Mays made a huge error in center field. He is 0 for 3. Mays wants to make up for that. Hunt on it first. 1-0 O's, game 4 of this World Series. Strategy. Hunt stays put. Palmer looking in on Mays. The fans here with the stick, hoping Mays can come through with a big-time bomb. Palmer, 6-4, error on a grounder. Mays, 6-6. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Belanger. His error rating is an 8. That's a 15. He's not going to make an error. Belanger's got it. Throws to second to get Hunt, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Giants. Down 1-0 after 8. Already at the top of the 9th inning, 47 minutes into the stream. Leading off for the Orioles will be Boog Powell. He is 1 for 3. He's got a double. Giants need a pitcher. And they're going to go ahead and bring out Don McMahon. McMahon started the season with the Detroit Tigers, wound up on the Giants later. McMahon has 2 saves in the postseason. They're going to hold on Lindsey for maybe another time. So here comes Don McMahon, and he will pitch here in the top of the 9th inning. 1-0, favor of the Orioles. McMahon, 6-4, walk plus 10, and he will walk Powell. So McMahon comes in and walks the leadoff batter. And now here's Brooks Robinson. That's a very big run at first base. Infield at double play. Powell not really a threat to do anything. That's a 20, but McMahon has no pickoff rating. He will concentrate on the vacuum cleaner. McMahon, 2-1 against the righty. It's a blank. Robinson, 3-4, and he hits one to left field, but Ken Henderson is going to get to that, and he'll make the catch for the out. 1 out. Here's Johnson. Johnson 1 for 3 with a double. Powell on it first. He'll stay at first. McMahon looking in on Johnson. Looking in close, and McMahon will pitch. McMahon, 3-4. Strikeout plus 10. Got him. Struck him out. And now 2 outs. And now Belanger. Belanger is 1 for 3, a double, and scored. He only got the only RBI for the Orioles. Powell on it first. McMahon set to pitch. Strategy. Nothing on the 15. McMahon will go ahead and deal. McMahon, 4-5 against a righty. It's a blank. Belanger, 3-4, and it's a base hit past third. Powell will hold it second, and Belanger holds it first, as Powell does not have the run to get the speed to get to third base, but the inning will continue. Second hit of the game for Belanger, and now the batter is Hendricks. Hendricks is 1 for 3, has a single in the game. Question is, do you want to pinch hit for him? I'm going to say no. Powell on at second, Belanger on at first. 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning, 1-0 Orioles. How do you go from a 10-9 game one night to a 1-0 game the next? Inside pitch. You really have no idea. But it's accurate. Powell at second, Belanger at first. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 5. McMahon will deal with Hendricks. The fans here at Candlestick hoping McMahon can get one big out. McMahon, 4-3 against the lefty. It is an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground ball to second base. That'll be picked up by Hunt. He's going to throw to first to get Hendricks. And the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Orioles. We go to the bottom of the 9th. So will we see some 9th inning magic? Jim Palmer is tired. He is tired. And they have Eddie Watt ready to go. And they got to go against pretty much the heart of the order. Willie McCovey is the leadoff batter for the Giants. He's 0 for 3. They're going to let Palmer pitch. They'll say, you know what? You got us this far. Go ahead. Palmer's going to go ahead and he will pitch to McCovey. Bottom of the 9th inning, Orioles lead 1-0. Can the Orioles get 3 more outs? Palmer, 3-1 against the lefty. It's a blank. McCovey, 6-4, and it's a base hit past short, and the tying run is on. McCovey gets a single, and the tying run is on base, and here comes Davenport. Davenport is 0 for 3. Now the question is, Palmer is tired. I think you now have to go with Watt at this time because Palmer is tired. I really think you may have to go with Watt. I know he hasn't been that good. But I think you got to go with him. Palmer's going to come out of the game, and coming on to close it is going to be Eddie Watt. The Orioles are going to take a chance. Watt has a record in the postseason, 1 loss, 2 holds, but he's got 3 saves. So Eddie Watt coming in here, his job is to get 3 outs. McCovey on it first. Infield is set for double play. Watt will pitch to Davenport. 1-0 Orioles. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Watt fires to first. And no, McCovey got back. That would have been huge if McCovey got picked off. Now Watt will pitch to Davenport. Watt, 4-2. Error on a throw. Davenport, 5-3. That's a power hit to right field. But that's a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. And Frank Robinson's going to get that, and they'll make the catch for out number 1. McCovey has to go back. 1 down, and now the batter is Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 2, got a single and a walk. McCovey on it first. Strategy. McCovey stays put. Watt looking in on Henderson. Fans here at the stick, hoping Henderson can come through. Henderson does have 2 home runs. Watt, 1-2, against the switch left. It's a home run result against the righty. Henderson needs a 7. The 15 is too high. Henderson, 2-1, and he grounds it right back to the pitcher. 2-2. Okay, so it is a 2 hit to the pitcher, -1, but the +1 ignores it. No pivot. At least nothing from the infield depth. Henderson is hitting from the left side, so the shortstop is pivot, and that's Belanger, and he's a +1. A 1-3. This is a double play. Hit back to Watt. Watt turns around, fires to Belanger, tags the bag. Belanger pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The Orioles will win it tonight, 1-0, and take a 3-1 series lead. Stadium barfs. Yeah. A 1-6-3 double play against the switch left. That was a home run result, but it was a 15. It was too high. He grounds it right back to the pitcher, and Watt throws it to short, covering second base. The throw goes to first, and the Orioles win it 1-0. Yes, this is the fourth straight post one-run game in the World Series. I have to look and see if it also. I have to check the others. No runs and a hit. And the Orioles are 1 win away from winning the World Series. Final line score coming up. For the Orioles, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. For the Giants, no runs, 4 hits, 1 huge error. The winning pitcher is Jim Palmer. He'll go to 4-1-1 in the postseason. Juan Marichal gets his first loss. He'll drop to 4-1. And Eddie Watt picks up his 4th save. Holy cow! That close! If that die was anything a 7 or lower, Henderson would have won the game. But it was too high, and Henderson grounded back to the pitcher, and Watt turns the 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. What incredible. Another great game here for this World Series. But it's still not done. Tomorrow night will be Game 5 of the 1969 World Series between the Baltimore Orioles and the San Francisco Giants. Going for the Orioles will be Mike Cuellar. Pitching for the Giants, Gaylord Perry. Another good matchup tomorrow night. Cuellar and Perry. Cuellar pitching for the championship. Perry pitching to get the series back to Memorial. What will happen? Orioles and Giants, Cuellar and Perry tomorrow night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. And let me just check, what is it? Ben Witt's. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. This would be the 5th straight 1-run game. By the way, there, Ben. This would be the 5th straight. So once again, thank you for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Orioles, they won it 10-9 last night. Tonight, they only needed 1 run to win it 1-0 this night. The Orioles lead the World Series 3-1. Can the Orioles clinch it tomorrow night? You'll have to wait 24 hours to find out.